Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Gandhi. Dmaq is not quite here yet. He has to go do something. I haven't really figured that one out, but I guess this is some time to clarify some stuff here. So my XSplit is kind of. This is some time to clarify some stuff here. Sorry, echo. My XSplit's kind of screwing up, so I can't go on the THC anyways. Hi, Dmaq.
Hey.
You ready, or you still need time? You're good to go do your thing for a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good. You go do you. So the XSplit's kind of messing up, so I can't get on the Halo Council's thing. So I decided that, and plus it's been really hard to get all four people on with Best Man always being busy and Nexi working. So behind the Crosshairs is basically going to be a segment of Dmaq and I, who are just going to be talking about Halo team changes and stuff of the sort when everyone else can't get on. So as we wait. On Dmaq to be here. That's that. Also, I know on my Twitter that there is a link for YouTube. The YouTube got deleted by someone who is very, very bitter about things. And I haven't gotten around to making it yet. I'm really sorry for the inconvenience. As soon as I can, I think what I'm going to do is take all the videos from my Twitch and throw them on the Halo Council's YouTube and just kind of make it that way. Minus the Gears of War stuff I do, but... Yeah, if you guys haven't checked out the Boss Nasty debate, that was last night. Very, very interesting stuff. I want to apologize to anyone who watched that. I tried my damnedest. I tried my ass off to keep my composure. But it didn't really work out for the best. I hate being talked over, and that's that. Nonetheless, can you prove you tried? I hate you. That is a great hashtag, though. There's a lot of funny things about that. Genre disrespect. I made it for one night. Okay, Sudith, I don't know what you're talking about. In regards to Sudith stealing, the layout, that's fine. He can do whatever he wants with that. We all know that it's not a show without Dmaq and I, but that's besides the point. I don't know what his deal is, but as we're waiting, basically we're going to be talking about team change. Dmaq, you good? Fantastic. Hi.
Yo. As I spit right there in my spit bucket bar. What's going on?
You have a spittoony?
Yeah, I do.
All right, D.
I don't know why.
Hey,
but
how are you feeling after last night? You good? You rejuvenated?
I love debate. I know,
I do too.
Debate. And I was like, I did debate in high school. It's something that I thoroughly enjoy. That was not debate. That was full-on mockery of just words, because when you just take words and you want them to mean whatever you want them to mean, it just doesn't make sense. Words are very manipulative, and you could get to a conclusion in many ways, and I think Boss Nasty has fucking proven that. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't a fan of last night, but a lot of people watched, which is always a good thing.
Yeah, great thing. So Dmaq, what team do you want to talk about here? There's been a whole slew of team changes. Assault has come out of retirement. I just want to know where you want to start. We didn't prep for this at all. You had class.
All right. So honestly, let's start with status quo.
Okay.
All right, and I think this is super surprising to me. When we talked about who status quo was going to pick up, I don't know if you recall, but I was like, guys, they might pick up Elamite Warrior. And the only reason I said that was because it was an inside tip from Flamesword, but I didn't believe it myself. So for it to happen, it's absolutely crazy. Bro, I don't know if this was the best pickup. I don't know.
What's your problem with Elamite? Because, Elamite has performed in the past. He is a national champion. Okay?
Yeah.
That's something Status Quo hasn't done. That's for sure. But, Elamite, no Bloom, he's always proved himself. Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo Reach, there was Bloom for the first season. Assuming there's a second season, I think he's going to perform, man. But I just want to know what your discrepancy is with it.
I hope he does. My only discrepancy is how could you leave a player like Blaze on the table, somebody who's so knowledgeable about the game, and somebody who could really come in and teach you guys a little bit about what Halo Reach is about. Well, let's not forget Status Quo wasn't the best team in 2011. They were a pretty strong team, but they were not the best, and they had a very disappointing championship. So after that, you're looking to improve, Scotty. That's just what you're looking to do, and the pickup of Elamite Warrior, although it might improve them as a team, I don't think the statement made is, yeah, we're looking to be one of those top-tier teams. I don't know.
Well, my thing is they're brothers, okay? Elamite has been in Ace's shadow. I feel like the brother connection will thrive. Now, we've seen, we've never seen what the Elam brothers can do together. I really think, I don't know if it's just because I like Kyle, because he came on the show last night, and he threw some words around. I don't know what it is, but I think, honestly, if Elamite buckles down and he says, you know what, I'm tired of, floating around the top 24, I think this team has a chance. Now, will they be able to compete with the other teams? These other top tier teams? I don't know. I think we're looking, with the addition of Elamite, like you said, minus Blaze, which was definitely the best pickup, hands down, no questions asked for them. Or even Assault coming back. That is the thing that doesn't get me. If Assault retires and then he comes back, when you pick him back up, right?
That shit's kind of crazy. And I talked to a neighbor. Actually, a neighbor posted on Twitter, and it's just silly that they had no communication about Assault coming back. Obviously, it shows Assault didn't want to team with them anymore. That was just kind of a crazy thing to talk about. But the team he picked up, I think, is probably better off than what Quo was looking like. Although Ace is my favorite player in the game, I think he's one of the best. Enable is a very dangerous player. I think Flamesword's going to improve. But then you have Elamite Warrior. There's a lot of questions. He placed 20th at Providence, dude. It's not, you want to get a player in the top 16, somebody who still has the motivation. He jumped on straight ripping after they got second, and they fell out of the top 16. So as of late, he's been nothing but really an anchor on a team. He's held every team down that he's jumped on. I don't know if it's him. I don't think it is, but he hasn't done that well. And that was just kind of surprising.
Well, my I guess my question is looking. I mean, Assault hasn't wanted to be on this team for a long time. And, we've seen that in the past with him just grabbing Enable and trying to join with Snipe Down. Do you think it was just a stage and he was like, all right, I'm going to go away, and now it's time for me to just come back and team with Snipe Down again? Do you think that's what it is? Do you think he was just tired of Flamesword? I mean, looking at Status Quo now, their firepower has dropped dramatically. They're not going to be able to slay with the best of them.
Yeah, well, when Status Quo was good, it was when Assault was good. And when Status Quo was bad, it was when Assault was bad. That was kind of just how it went with Status Quo. Assault was absolutely brilliant at some times. There was one point I was like, dude, this guy's a top 3 player in the game. And I think that went to his head a little bit. And I think he kind of underperformed. And I think that's why the team underperformed. He's such an X factor. And maybe he came back on his team because he felt less pressure. I mean, when you're around Blaze, Noob, and now Snipe Down, I think you're definitely going to feel less pressure than ultimately being that dude that really took it there for your team.
Now, my question for you, Dmaq. With Elamite picked up, where do you see him placing?
I think in the beginning they're going to struggle to get into that top 8. It's going to be tough for them really fighting in that 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th spot. It's all going to depend on how they play. I think they'll make in the top 8, but I don't see that team unless the teamwork is absolutely fucking incredible.
Boss Nasty teamwork incredible.
Yeah, unless it's Boss Nasty worthy, I don't see that team really dominating teams in the top 4 due to their lack of firepower. Yeah. That's straight up, dude.
I see. I think I have an opposite kind of opinion on this team. I think they're going to start, this is cliche Elamite, start off strong as shit, finish terrible. I think this team's going to put in a lot of work in the offseason, probably at 10 lands. Now, they do have the Red Bull, so assuming MLG picks it up next season, which I guess we'll find out Friday because they're announcing their details then on Everything Console, or at least some details. I think they come out, freaking guns blazing, they finish in the top 4, they float around 4th to 5th, And then towards the end of the season, Elamite gets, that big head where he just doesn't give a shit anymore, and they drop off.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, he definitely is one of those dudes who, when success comes to him, he tends to ease up a little bit instead of go harder. From what we've seen, I don't know. SQ is a big question, but let's move on to the next team. We'll see what Status Quo does. Usually, they're a pretty solid squad. Also, it all depends on how all of them are improved with no Bloom too, Scotty. Of course.
Yeah, and I mean, this team will be good with no Bloom. That's no question. No question about that at all. Next team, D.
Let's talk about. Let's segue into the team that Status Quo is very, very, very surprised about. That is Blaze, Ryan, Snipe Down, and Assault. It's kind of crazy that Assault is all of a sudden he's back. I didn't see this coming. I don't think anybody saw this coming.
It's a scumbag move. It's a complete scumbag move, and that's a fact. You don't.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, come on. You're gonna pose that you're gonna retire just so you can leave your team. Did he really not like Red Bull sponsor that much, where he had to stage his own retirement?
Well, maybe the pressure.
What pressure? They were a top team, guaranteed. There's no reason for him to just dip out. At least in that fashion. But regardless, the team as a whole, you can go now.
Well, no, I still want to talk about this Assault move. I think you're actually right. I think I'm going to agree with you and say that this is a scumbag move. To not even talk to your teammates of 2 years and to just all of a sudden come back and be dedicated with this brand new team. I would at least expect a heads up. And I'm pretty close with the whole team, and they were all very surprised by this whole move. And I just... I love Cleet. I think he's an awesome dude. I just thought, hey, as a man, and I would expect this from him. He is a stand-up guy. I would just expect him to let his team know that, I'm gonna come back, but I just don't want to team with you guys.
Yeah, that's the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Bare minimum.
Now looking at the team though, very, very, very nice squad.
Yeah.
4 people who look like they're gonna fit well. Blaze and Ryan Noob are going to fit well together, and they'll be able to put themselves around a Snipe Down. Those 2 players, Blaze and Ryan Noob, they don't demand too much attention. They don't really need the power-ups. Snipe Down is really going to have an opportunity to shine, and then Assault is that cleanup dude. I think this team is absolutely dominant, for sure.
Well, before I say my piece, rivalry, will it be restored in Halo Reach? Because we haven't seen a good rivalry since Triggers Down Straight Rippin' in 2009. That shit was awesome. The Game 11s, Game 10s, just consistent top-tier gameplay. Will this be a new rivalry? I think it damn well should be. Status Quo gets spit in the face by Assault by just returning. They can't just leave that unsaid. They cannot possibly allow that to fly.
No, Status Quo is going to have to really play their A game every time they play the squad. Because if they lose, they're just going to feel like shit. And I think Status Quo, Flamesword is one of those dudes that's going to make it a rivalry now. And he's going to make sure that he gets the better half of this rivalry. Hey, some people don't know this, but Status Quo Straight Rippin' is a rivalry. They both don't like to play each other. And that's
really?
That's just some... Status Quo says, dude, we've beaten you guys for 2 years straight. You guys aren't better than us. And, of course, Straight Rippin' thinks the opposite. So there are rivalries that people don't know about, and I think this is definitely going to be one of those.
Yeah, well, looking at the team, there's no question that Snipe Down and Assault will be perfectly fine in the 2012 season. No question at all. Hypothetically.
Blaze, of course.
Blaze is kind of like... He had that incredible tournament rally. Orlando, he didn't do as well, but he still was pretty good. He wasn't doing miraculous things with the sniper or putting himself in the perfect position if there was such a thing with sprint. He wasn't making those split, quick-second decisions where it was making, the team benefit from it. But, you take away sprint and you add no Bloom. Will Blaze perform? I think so. I really think Blaze has one of those shots. He plays on a very high sensitivity. He plays on 6 at he played on 6 at Raleigh. I don't know if he ever changed that since then. But you take a player like that who with pinpoint precision, I think definitely this guy is going to perform. My question is Ryan Noob. Ryan Noob did the exact same strategy.
He's the nerd.
He did the exact same strategy on Countdown CTF the entire season, and no one seemed to give a shit. He in the first 6 seconds, every single time Countdown CTF sprinted to evade, back around to their front door, through the window, grab the flag. In the first 6 seconds, every single time. And no one said, hey, we can get an easy kill. Let's just send someone to the jetpack and clean up him. I mean, of course, it is kind of an audible play there because you want to get control of the Rockets outside because that's going to dictate the game for you. But that's one person down. That's a 4-on-3 situation for 9 more seconds. Now, with the nerdiness, do you see him performing? He did get 3rd in Halo 3.
Yeah, I don't see him not performing. Dude, he carried Straight Rippin' a second. He carried Straight Rippin' to second place. That was him. After they got it, I walked up to him and I said, congratulations on carrying your team to a second place finish. He's going to be okay. He's going to be able to utilize reach still. He's not going to be as dominant as he was this year, but this year he was a top 5 player. So you're still getting a top 5 player, and he's just going to kind of fall off a little bit. And he'll fall into those median of those top 20, top 25 players. But that's still excellent for the squad, and I think he's going to make sound decisions. There's no way that you have Ryan lose the tournament for you, and that's the type of player that you need.
I guess we'll see. Now, Snipe Down. Is there any worry?
He's a beast.
Is there any worry in anyone's mind? Okay, thank you for showing your belt. It's a nice belt. Very, very nice belt.
Actually, I don't think it's a nice belt.
It isn't. Is it the reversible belt?
Black, right? I'm wearing blue and black, but then I have like this brown belt. Okay, all right. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Nonetheless, is there any doubt at all that Snipe Down's going to perform or not perform?
No, I think he's just going to get better. Dude, this guy was getting so good as far as teamwork and really helping his teammates out at the end of 2011. And I think No Bloom is just going to make him so much better. I cannot wait for Snipe Down to just erupt again. And I know he's waiting for the same thing. He really wants to make it happen in Halo Reach. He thinks he still has the skill. And I believe so, too. I think he's one of those players that could win 4 out of 5 tournaments all in next year. He has that type of dominance. And I think this team might be able to channel that for him.
Especially since the sniper now is going to be huge. And Snipe Down never really got into too big of a groove. Granted, he was still excellent with that sniper rifle in Halo Reach, but you take away sprint and you make Snipe Down be able to, guess where players are going to go. He's going to rip faces off. We're going to see the Snipe Down of 08 just come back and just dominate consistently. Well, I think he's just going to be a force with the sniper. And that someone needs to, because, there's still Instinct. Instinct is only going to improve from No Bloom, No Sprint. And people have to step up. Ogre 2 and Lunchbox are playing Tribes Ascend, and they're messing around with Battlefield 2. This is where they can start making up ground. It's only a matter of time before Instinct catches them, but if you're Snipe Down, this is your chance to come back and be that dominant player.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. If he had an opportunity to really overthrow the fucking champs, it's now.
Yep, I agree. 100%.
All right, so Scott, let's go to a quick commercial. I think it's time to go to a quick commercial, and when we come back, maybe talk about some new team changes, other ones, the ones that aren't so important. Oh, actually, we still have Straight Ribbon.
Okay,
which is
we'll talk about Straight when we return.
All right.
Stay tuned. Doing well. It's fluid,
Yes. Yes. Call me for 3. Yes. No, I want to do like the Marv Albert one day.
The what?
I wish Marv Albert, he was like this, the NBA announcer. I wish, maybe I could be a Pakistani cricket announcer. Maybe I should. That could be dope.
You think so?
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, there's no way.
No way.
Casting, no way. All right. Welcome back to the show. This is a 30-second ad. I think I just cut us off in the middle. I don't know how it works. One day I'll figure it out. Straight ripping. Now, I'll lead this in because everyone's kind of, or Dmaq, you and I have kind of questioned the makeup of this team and how things are going to work out. So yesterday before the debate, I was a little bit nervous, and I was like, I talked to Mick Wynn. I said, Mick Wynn, man, what should I expect about Boss Nancy? He just kind of gave me the 4-1. And then I said, out of curiosity, how the hell is your team? I really don't see it working out. And he said, well, to be honest, Ninja's been doing the majority of the objective on the team, and it's Side and Mick Wynn doing the slaying, which leaves, T squared kind of there as that X factor. How do you feel about that? I mean, Ninja not slaying?
Yeah, I don't. I think Ninja does have to go through growing pains, to be dominant 4v4. However, I don't think these are the growing pains that he has to go through.
What do you mean?
I don't know if this is going to be the right situation for him. I think he's kind of ready to be a team leader on a team. Personally, he kind of has that vibe to me, and I don't know maybe him and T squared butt heads a little bit. I think that might happen. Right now, things look like they're going great, and I really hope they do well as a team. I like to see Straight Rippin' do well. I think it's awesome when T squared wins because I feel like he actually puts in the work, that a lot of people don't put in. But I don't know if personality-wise, although things look great, I don't know if personality-wise this one will stick.
Yeah, especially when they start losing. But, in regards to, can T squared really say anything to Ninja or any of his 3 teammates? They outperformed him all season long, with the exception of the second event where Straight Rippin' magically got second, and then T squared went back to Straight Rippin'.
I think he can. I think T squared tends to perform pretty well at tournaments, and I think he makes pretty good plays down the stretch. And last Providence, something I was very critical of Ninja, and I like being very critical of Ninja because he's probably the future of Halo, and I want him to be as good as he can be. I want this man to win every single tournament at one point. I think he is capable, and you want him to be the best. You want to see somebody who's completely dominant. That's just something that is awesome to see.
Not Ninja.
But dude, he puts in the work. He has the fan support. Why not it be that dude? I would love for him to be that dude, but in Providence, I just saw some plays down the stretch. They were horrible plays. And although he might have dominated the game, ultimately it was those plays that cost his team the game. And I've talked to him a little bit about that, and I think T squared actually might be able to help him out a little bit when it comes to something like that. But overall, Ninja likes to express his opinion. T squared is the same. They have to be very grown up about this shit. They have to make sure that their personalities don't clash, otherwise this one could turn ugly. For real.
I want to know what's Side gonna do. Side he is a national champion. He is a ridiculously good player. He's not a leader. Not even close. Not the slightest bit of leader. Where the hell is he gonna fit it? What side will he take?
Thank God he's not a leader. The last thing that this team needs is a leader at this point, Scott.
No, God no. They need a pushover, or someone who's just gonna listen. Which makes so much sense as to why Side's gonna be the main slayer. Okay, Side, here, eat this sniper rifle, here, grab these rockets, go do your fucking thing, we'll bicker about who has to grab the flag. And Side's gonna destroy. You saw the big XFA with no bloom?
Absolutely.
Absolutely dominant. Incredible play. Doesn't really have a mind, per se, but, that's questionable. You can argue that, but...
You know what it is, though, Scotty? This 4 these four are doing it as far as helping the community and really working hard to making sure that they stay relevant within the Halo Reach community. And I think that's key for this squad, and I think that's why ultimately this squad is going to be extremely successful. I think they're going to prove everybody wrong. We'll probably see Straight Rippin' in the top 6 as a lock all season long, for sure.
You think, dude? I mean, Ninja's gotten top six once. He got top 8 once too, and that was the same event. You really think he's just gonna change tenfold? And
yeah, I think well, I don't think it's tenfold. I think he was one of those dudes that, yeah, he came into the top 6 once and the top 8 once, but we talked about him being that dude next year that would be consistently in the top 6. And I think he's found the squad, and he ultimately should do it. If they don't make top 4 at least twice this season in 4 events, I think that's a very disappointing year for Straight Rippin'.
Well, yes, but also, I mean, you have to think. I mean, Ninja's playstyle, was it the smartest? No. Now you're going to take away sprint, take away that random factor of bloom, and you're going to make things much more consistent. I think the reason Ninja has switched to more of an objective play is because he can't slay with no bloom. I don't think he has the shot for it.
Yeah,
at least versus the top tier guys.
If he can't slay with no bloom, he's probably going to be pretty damn dominant running the objective. Wouldn't you say so? To have a player like that was kind of like when Nate started running the objective maybe a year ago. I said, you know what? If you're going to have somebody running the objective, have it as a player like Nated, who's going to make some damn big plays and open something up. I think maybe Ninja might be able to do something of the same.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, Ninja's always had that knack for just getting into the opposition's base and just causing havoc. He's always done that. And at tournaments, he always said that, like, Walshy wouldn't grab the objective or something along those lines. But it wasn't so much that. It's just that Ninja sees a hole, and he takes it. And he advances his position, and his team start moving up, so of course he's going to grab the flag. I think as long as this team can make accurate plays, we'll see them float around in the top 8. I maybe one appearance in the top 4, but in regards to winning an event, no chance. No chance.
Yeah, it'll be hard for them to win an event. You're right.
Yeah, next team. Dude,
All
can
right,
we talk about Believe the Hype?
Well, Believe the Hype.
Or Dynasty, whatever their team name has been.
Well, there's an Ambush.
Ambush. That's technical.
All right. This is the team to talk about here. Hines, Formal, APG, and Cloud. Pretty sorry that I overlooked this team.
Yeah.
Because they are a force to be reckoned with. When you look them up points-wise, they probably should be ranked 5th. Basically, Believe the Hype. Hines, Formal, APG, Cloud, all 4 individually dominant. Scott, thoughts?
I think this team is guaranteed to win at least one event, for sure. There's no questions asked. As long as this team sticks together, of course. Formal, APG, even Cloud now kind of has a sense of bouncing around. I mean, all 4 of these guys kind of bounce around. But nonetheless, I mean, the makeup is good. Their dedication isn't a question with this team. I think they'll definitely excel. My problem is that Hines is cursed. He'll never win a national championship. He has been in the running. You could argue even in 08 when, he was on Team Ambush and they had that upset on Straight Rippin'. Everyone was predicting them in the top 3. They finished 7th. Every year after that, they have been in the running for first place in the national championship. Yeah. This year on Dynasty, the previous 2 with triggers down. They've been in the running for that first place, and he gets 5th. I don't know if he has a problem with national championships or what it is, but that is my question mark. When will Richie Hines say, I'm tired of getting fucking 5th. I want first.
Well, I think he did one thing right. He picked up the best player with Bloom, the best player last year at the end of the year, and I thought that was Formal. Somebody whose shot looked so crisp. He looked so good as far as movement-wise, something that you hit Pistola Halo 3-esque. It was just awesome to watch this guy play. And having Formal on your team still is going to be a big plus when you surround APG and Cloud around him. Now this guy has some heavy, heavy firepower around him, and this is the squad that needs to do it. You're right. They need to win an event this year. I think they're definitely capable if they stick together. But overall, Scotty, I thought you brought up a fucking great point. Who is the vocal leader and who's going to bring them through Sunday on National Championship Day? I don't think there is one player. And with that being said, that's a big fucking problem.
Yeah, it's a huge problem. I mean, this team's great, all fine and dandy. Formal's gonna get a girl, and they'll have all that little Twitter drama and all that nonsense. But look, Hines is a dominant player. There's no question about that. But when is he gonna grow up and become a leader? He's never been a leader of a team. He's always kind of just been the submissive kind of baby, voicing his opinion a little bit. Cloud or Hines need to step up. They have to.
It's not happening with Cloud. Oh, he's a great player, great dude, awesome guy. He's going to do a lot for your team, and when he's fired up and when he's on fire, he's going to dominate. But I don't think he's that vocal leader that really tells his team what it takes to win. I think he's somebody that is more of that star player that follows. And I don't know if they have that vocal leader. If it's not Hines, it's nobody.
I mean, who steps up? Who steps up on this team? Is it Formal? The 17-year-old? Is it going to be Formal? Yeah, I mean, he's got an event win at the age of 17. I mean, he's on the right track.
He's going to be good, but, you just got to know that there are teams out there that are better than yours if you're Formal, and you got to be humble about that and try to get better every single day. And we'll see if they can do that. I don't know.
And then who gets the power weapons? Does Cloud take the submissive approach again, where he did with Smackdown this season, and just kind of be the support slayer and hang out, or does he pick up where he left off in 2009 when he won the national championship, and then proceeded to win 2 events after that with Team Instinct and be that dominant slayer? He was one of the few players I went back and watched in Halo 3 for pleasure. Not anything about work. I watched him play. He was incredible. Him and
APG.
Yeah, his pit team slayer, flawless. His sniper rifle, everything, just textbook precision. Is that going to return? Or are those days past him? Has he lost that touch?
Scott, I think you asked some very good questions, and I think all 4 of these players still have a prime ahead of them, which is awesome. I think they can do it. However, I don't see this particular squad working for them, and this is my statement about this team. I don't think they'll be any more successful than status quo will be in 2012. And to me, looking at it lineup-wise, that's ultimately disappointing.
Really? You don't think they'll do any better than... Okay. With that, do you see this team sticking together for more than one event?
They will. They will. There's a lot of relationships on this team, a lot of friendships. These guys seem to want to play with each other, so I think they definitely will. However, if they don't perform well, you never know with these guys. You really don't.
You don't? And that leaves a huge question mark. What do you do with that, where you have no confidence in your team?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, well, do we want to... There's one thing that sticks out to me. I don't know if there's any validity to this, but is it true that Sudeth 1 and Sudeth 2 have parted ways on the team situations? I'm looking at it. It says resistance, Sudeth 1.
I'm looking at it, and I'm not sure. It looks like it is true, and that's disappointing. You always want to see brothers unite rather than part ways. We wanted to see Ace and Elamite play together for so long. I like to see the Suddets.
Right. Come on. The Suddets who have been floating around the top 24 for their entire career.
They get so much shit, though.
It is brought upon themselves. They do it to themselves.
They love MLG. They just love it so much.
Okay, just because you love something doesn't mean you should stick together.
Okay. All right. Well, it looks like a lot of people are saying Sudeth 1 is a lot better than Sudeth 2. Honestly, I don't pay either or too much attention when it comes to their gameplay.
Same. Guilty.
But either way, good luck to each of them. and Sudeth 2, if you're the worst one, you need to step it the hell up, man. You're a twin.
Hey,
like
Did
ghosting
you-
Youngie's brother
they-
back in the day. I would be like, Brent, you need to step it up, dude. What the fuck? Why aren't you teaming with Eric? You know, it just didn't make sense to me.
Well, I mean, Sardis too apparently said we didn't do a good enough job at closing out the show last night, so he stole the layout and continued his own little thing.
Which is fine.
Yeah,
Which
that's
is
cool. Do your
it's
thing,
fine.
man.
Hustle. It's all about that hustle, son.
Yeah, get the fuck out. All right, we're gonna go to a commercial break, assuming this one works. When we come,
Talk about that big thing.
yeah, the big thing. When we come back, we'll be talking about big things. So stay tuned. Oh, we do need to talk about Dynasty as well. Destined, Toxic, Lethal, and a question mark.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about the big thing and wrap it up.
All right. Cool.
Dun, 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 dun.
And we're back.
Hi! God, the 30 seconds my ass. Twitch just melts.
I told my dad, I was like, Dad, I'll be home in 30 seconds. And then I counted. I was like, I thought I'd be home in 30 seconds, but it really turned out to be like 2.5 minutes. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's two things one thing we completely forgot to talk about: Dynasty, Destined, Toxic, Lethal, and they're looking for a fourth. With that said, Lethal good with this team or bad?
It all depends on the fourth, Scotty. I mean, you don't know what the team is looking like till you have that fourth player in there. I think Toxic is dominant. He's proved that he is a dominant player.
He's finally
really,
consistent.
Really player.
That's what matters. He's finally consistent.
Yeah.
He has been the most sporadic player in the entire world.
Now, Destin, he's one of those players that when he plays, and it looks like he plays a lot of Halo Reach more than he played Halo 3, he's really damn good. So, with these two players, as my brother tried to walk in over here, I had to push his ass out.
I had no idea you had a brother.
Yeah, he's like 32,
Ah, nice.
old dude. But, yeah, Dynasty, it all depends on the fourth player that they pick up, bro. You can't talk about a whole team until it's fully squatted up. That's why I didn't really think we were going to talk about them today. I don't know who they could pick up. Let's take a look at some of the... I think Maniac is the obvious pickup.
Maniac are reliable at this point.
Yeah, Amish is a player that kind of fell off. He used to be really good, and I don't think he's that good anymore.
No.
Arcanum, if he doesn't get on this team, he's probably going to quit, in my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah, that's definitely it. He quit.
Yeah, and so if that's the case, I don't know if the act of desperation will... I wouldn't really pick up a player if he was, acting out on desperation. Adrenaline is a player that he definitely could pick up. He's somebody that should be given a chance on a top team. I think he's a pretty damn solid player.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, but not with Dynasty. Not coming in at the third seed. You can't show up to an event with Adrenaline as the third seed and expect to do well. That's me personally.
That's my dark horse pick. Obviously, I would go with Maniac. He's hands down the best player available.
Now, here's a curveball for you. What about the old veterans? I know, I'm looking at the same thread you're looking at, and you went straight down to Adrenaline, and you fucking seized up the brakes when you saw Walshy, and then you scroll down, you saw Ghost Yami and Captain Anarchy. How come none of those guys? Is it past their prime?
I think Anarchy still has...
Reliable is the fourth?
I think Anarchy still has a little bit. Is Reliable their fourth?
Really? Well, that's what someone said.
All right. Well, I mean, I don't know if Reliable is their fourth. Let's pretend that they're still looking, and maybe they'll listen to this conversation and change their mind. But
yeah, it is actually Reliable. That's good.
I
don't follow the guys on Twitter. I'm not up to date on this.
He could be good.
Reliable? That's we didn't even mention him because it's not even like a good pick.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't agree with that pick. I just think Maniac is much better than Reliable.
100%. I do not. I do not agree with that at all. Look, okay, Reliable had, what, one good event? He's a young kid with a little bit of an anger problem. I mean, we heard that throughout that listen in on the King of the Hill Oasis where they lost. I mean, everyone knows that. And I don't believe it's good. I really don't. And then we have another team, Maniac, Twin Savior, Goofy, Legit. Yeah, your brown companion.
And I think this is the one that caused Crimsix to ultimately try to call it quits. I don't know if that's going to happen. That would be disappointing because I'd like to see him keep playing. But this could be a pretty good squad. I think Maniac is an absolute animal. I think he's one of the top 10 to 15 players. So with him on a team, you know they're going to be damn good. And Legit is a rising star. Goofy got to step it up. That's something that he definitely has to do. And then Twin Savior, there was a lot of hype about him in the beginning of the year. It died off at the end of the year. Who knows where it's going to be now?
Hey, actually, Lethal wants in on the call.
You know.
Yeah, he said, Dynasty is a real team. Stop talking about the Suds. Reliable, most likely the fourth. Those are his words. So
okay,
he's not technically on the
I
team.
think everything that we would accomplish with him on a call, he just accomplished in those words.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all, speculation.
Thanks for the update.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So everyone in the chat, you were wrong. Reliable isn't their fourth. But speaking of the Legit team, Legit has his bartending license. His life is in motions now. I mean, he's going to be working late nights on the weekends, but I mean, that's neither here nor there. I think during the week, when he puts in the time of practice, because now he has like a steady job, I'm expecting to see top tier Legit. No Bloom Legit monster. Goofy was the bold player in Halo 3 for a reason. I like this team a lot. I like the whole makeup of it. And Maniac has never gotten enough credit. Maniac is a hell of a player. And the fact that Reliable would be picked up over Maniac blows my mind. Now, granted, maybe the Legit team was formed first with Maniac, but if I'm Dynasty, I'm grabbing Maniac over Reliable.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't. As far as just tournament plays, you see Maniac have so many 20 kill Slayer games. It's ridiculous. He's one of those players. I think I've seen him drop more 20 kill Slayer games than you, Scott. It really is ridiculous, and he's one of those game-changing players. If you're a team, I thought Status Quo messed up by not picking him up. I thought Dynasty messed up by not picking him up. And I think any team should be looking out to pick up Maniac. He's definitely one of my favorite players.
All right. Lethal said, why can't I get on the show for a minute so I can say something positive about Reliable besides he sucks? Well,
he doesn't suck.
We didn't say that. We're just saying he's not as good as Maniac.
And that's some in our opinion. And if you feel like he is better, then more power to you. But that's just not how we feel. Yeah. I think we should go to commercial. Or actually, we should talk about.
Yeah, let's host it up.
About this.
I don't even know how to prepare. I really don't.
This whole conversation that we had for the last hour could be completely hypothetical.
Yeah.
And why? Because honestly, we could have no Halo in 2012.
We know this.
And that's something that's becoming more and more and more truthful as the days go on. When you look at the announcements coming out of MLG, every single announcement that has ever come out in years past has started with a focus around Halo. This year, no. This year, they've avoided saying that it is on the circuit. And I think it's time to conclude, and it's time to talk about the question, what if?
Well, Dmaq, what if? I think what happens is this. So during this off season, I've been working a lot with, Beyond Gaming and Hype Festation, which is a Gears of War 3 tournament. You went to it.
That was an awesome event.
Right?
Shout outs to those guys.
Right? Hype Festation's the shit. Beyond
awesome.
Gaming is just incredible. Very nice guys. Aaron from Beyond Gaming, Captain Barbosa. Huge shout out to you guys. But, you know, we were talking, I've talked about it to Vicious from Team Less Than Zero. He was on VVV Gaming at the past Hype. And, you know, CDN. And they said, you know, Scott, hypothetically, you know, if Hype Festation gets rolling and things just take a turn for the worse for MLG and they just go solid PC-oriented and not console, what do you think we should do for Halo? And I said, well, man, that's a tough one. I said, I don't know what pro players would stick around. I don't know if we would see teams stick together or whatnot, but I said, regardless, I mean, if you guys picked it up, clearly we would have to take the same steps as Hype did. Start off with only the top 16, invitational only based on MLG points. Yeah. And then, you know, depending on the numbers and everything, extend to a top 32 where you have online qualifiers. And I think that is where it'll thrive. I mean, the thing is people must realize that MLG, yes, it is the best league possible. It's run by incredible players. There's sponsors out the ass.
Pioneers.
Yeah. They're the pinnacle of what everyone should strive to be in the gaming world, and I stand by that. GSL, whatever, that's only StarCraft. MLG does a great job at balancing everything. Now, you know, with that said, if Halo's dropped, I mean, so be it. It's not the end of the world. I mean, Gears of War has been off the circuit, and these guys have still stayed on playing. I think people underestimate really the relationships they have in this gaming community. I mean, Roy and Figure Itself are still going over to the Pinocchio's house, and Tots has been done playing since what did he quit? Second event of the year?
Yeah, they just took a fucking vacation together to go visit Joe Fry's Flame Sword Fear Itself in California. Yeah. So long-lasting relationships, of course.
And I think no matter what comes out, I know there is a league coming out in Florida where Legit and some other top-tier players are going to compete at. I think they're kind of throwing together in a pickup team. I forget the name of the league. The guy contacted me today to give him a shout-out. But leagues are going to thrive. And I think, you know, this is the time where if you have, like, a pretty penny and you're like, you know, I got like $10,000 that I don't really need. And let's try to throw something together. This is where you do it. This is the time to shine.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a couple of things need to be happening. Somebody needs to help put a league together where, you know, we get something going to get these guys watching some content and to get people looking forward to something. We cannot depend on MLG, because what if this happens all next year? And another thing is we need to be excited about Halo 4. Because, Halo 4 is going to be fucking dope, and it's going to bring so many viewers back. A lot of people are going to be playing and watching. So we know that Halo 4 will definitely be a positive thing for the Halo community. Yeah. But this year, I think, we need to figure it out how we're going to survive. It's going to be tough, though. If Halo is not picked up on the circuit, we can't just disband as a community, because that will tell everybody that Halo never deserved it in the first place.
Yep. I don't think that's going to happen. And, you know, quite frankly, putting myself in MLG shoes, Bungie has this tendency. Now, we've been working with Bungie since Halo 1. They know how our seasons work, and it's been the same way. They're going to release another game in September, maybe October, and our national championship is normally in November. Okay, everyone knows that. Why would they not wait till Christmas to release the game? I mean, if you're MLG, why would you do another 3/4 of a season, take away the viewership, so when it comes on, people are like, oh, why are they playing Halo Reach when Halo 4 has come out and everyone likes Halo 4? That, to me, just doesn't make sense. So, I mean, I could see maybe MLG picking it up for, like, you know, spring season, or assuming it falls into the season play, putting it in for spring season, and then taking a step back and then starting big again with winter with Halo 4.
I just it's change is always is it's not always bad. It's just different, and now that's really what it is now. Change is just going to be different. We're not going to have MLGs like we used to. That time is gone. The circuit's never going to be the same, or we're no longer going to be the most relevant people there, and that's just what it is, man. And you know what? We have to adapt.
Yeah.
If you wanna fucking cry about it, then you will not be part of the fix, and people will just run you over. We have to adapt and really help to fucking continue this Halo throughout 2012. That's really the goal. We have to make sure that Halo does not stop in 2012. I cannot express that enough. That's really fucking important.
All right. We are going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll be talking about whether or not we believe FFA should be reinstated. So stay tuned. That was good. That was very, very good.
Yo, we should throw the illest Halo 1 tournament this year. How, imagine getting like a dope sponsor together to throw the illest hit.
Maybe talk to like Beyond Gaming or something.
Bro, that would be so nuts.
Aaron is trying to find a way to figure out how to cast something with,
because in a down year for Halo Reach, I fuck Halo Reach. I'm not about Halo Reach. I'm about Halo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's true. I just like the whole branch. But so back to what we now Dmaq. We didn't prep for this at all, not one bit. But free for all. We see Ninja playing 1v1s all the time. The Big Flex 4 free for all got a lot of attention there towards the end of the year. The pro free for alls are always funny. What do you think? Do you think it should come back?
I thought the Big Flex free-for-all was exciting as shit. That's what I thought. And I think when something like that happens and people are talking about the Big Flex being the most exciting Halo Reach that happened all weekend long, that speaks some type of volume. And it would be nice to get more gameplay out of these guys. But I just feel like Halo Reach is a 4v4 game, and I don't really see the main... I don't know if Zealot is a map that people want to play over and over again. I think why Free For All worked in Halo 1 was because there was Derelict, and Derelict was just incredible to be played on over and over again, and I don't see the same replay value in Zealot.
Yeah, look, Derelict Free For All, Midship Free For All are completely different, okay? The first time you played Midship Free For All, you have to admit, there is no way you thought it was good. I didn't think so.
Yeah.
So, I look at it this way.
It was okay.
Zealot Free For All. Yeah, we saw what it's like when there's no bloom, no sprint at, the national... Actually, no, there was sprint. We saw what it was like with sprint and no bloom at the national championships with top tier. Strong's had ended with, 67 kills, 68 kills, and he didn't prep for it and none of them prepped for it because they were playing bloom. I think this is actually going to be very good. We should have brought Free For All back a long time ago, but, we switched to this pool play. Okay, pool play made sense just because we needed a decent match on Friday. But if you just have, a Free For All on Friday and go back to the top 32 bracket, I really think it'll be better.
Was it the Free For All that made it exciting, or was it the no bloom, no sprint?
Don't say shit like that to me, all right? We both know it was the no bloom. We both know it was the no bloom. It was nice to see a game where shots actually hit and things work.
And I think ultimately that's really... I would like to see 2v2 and 1v1s, in Halo Reach and in Halo in general. I don't know why we steered away from that. Last night I was playing Halo 1. We played 2v2s most of the night, even though we could have played, 4s.
That is how it is. 2v2s are better in Halo 1. Let's be honest.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They're way better.
Leaps and bounds better. But, look, I really think we started catering to these players all the time. in like 2005 and '06 and '07, everyone was kind of complaining about, oh, well, the free for all, I was up till like 3 a.m. at night. I didn't get sleep. I have a match at 8 a.m. because my team lost. Make it a side event. You know, these players have so much damn downtime. I mean, look at the matches.
Besides the pro players.
Yeah, well, not even with the pro players. I mean, give them something to do. Have them, you know, have it covered or have them pay for it. I mean, all these guys have sponsors. It's not like money's going to mean anything
But
to them.
Scott, have who pay for it? How can we demand increase in a place we are being decreased?
Well, no, I'm not saying throw up prize money or like substantial prize money.
No, but not even that. We are going to get less floor space this year. If we have a floor space.
Well, that's kind of...
You know what I'm saying? Who knows? And this is why I'm saying in order for us to have Halo run the way we want Halo to be run, and I hate to bring this topic back, we need to consider what we could do as far as starting an organization where we want just strictly Halo tournaments all the time for people to come on a national level. I think that's so important, and something needs to be established. And so if there is an MLG, of course, that event would not be held on the same weekend as MLG, and everyone would go to MLG, but it would make Halo that much bigger, and maybe MLG would F with it just a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree with you. I mean, Hype Fest has got a lot of attention. We were actually on the iPhone Discover app. They put Hype Festation there because of all our tweets, which is something I've never seen on any gaming across any platform. But it's really, you have to have a community backing. Now, look at Street Fighter for a prime example. Street Fighter just won't give the fuck in to say the bare minimum to MLG. They're like, oh, you want to do this? No. You can't ban this character. This is a character we use. There's no way. We don't agree with that. We don't want you to take it. Like, that's the community. Even if, like, they got the rights for the game, I really don't think they would have the community's backing unless they did it their way. Now, that's the same thing. This is something that should have happened when Halo Reach got released. If we had a community that was tournament run, you know, going way back in the day, where, you know, there was just so many side things and everyone played things the way they were. If we had that and the community was made a stand and they're like, you know what, Sprint and all this is just terrible. We should have voted on another year of Halo 3. We thought that would be better. Then, you know, MLG would actually have to listen to us. But when they're a dictator, they can do whatever they want. They have complete control. No. They have no reason to answer to us.
And no other game really fell into MLG's hands like that. And MLG kind of dictated Halo's success in that sort of way. And that's exactly why I'm not trying to say that no, we should go against MLG.
Yeah, exactly.
In fact, the opposite, dude. I fucking love MLG. I will go to every event that I can make for the rest of my life. Okay?
I agree.
But at the end of the day, dude, you have to make sure that your community has something outside of MLG so it could actually call itself a community. Because StarCraft has something, Call of Duty has something, Gears of War has something. Every community has something besides Halo. So how could we call ourselves a community?
We can't. There's no such thing as a Halo community.
Yeah. So we have to build something so that we aren't dictated by others. It has to be a community run by the community. It's like a fucking government.
Not the current government, but the hypothetical government that we should have.
One that was made in 17, you know.
Yeah. But no, I do agree with you. But the problem is who starts it? Now, we had this same conversation with the first ever great debate that started this whole, you know, us having a show thing. Who starts it? I mean, what...
It's tough.
It's next to impossible. I mean, I can talk to Beyond
I'd be willing
Gaming.
to help.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you and I would be good, but I mean, do we have the pros backing? Probably status quo's instinct? I don't know.
All I know is if anybody's listening now, if you guys run it, I'll come out there, man, and I'll do this shit for as cheap as you guys can have me.
Same.
For real.
I do the same thing for Hype Fest.
And if that's free, then fucking pay for my plane ticket and hotel, and I will be there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's do that, and let's help run a tournament. And and let's make sure that these players have something to look forward to every single month. I think that's so fucking key, and we just haven't done it as a community yet. And I feel like I'm fucking up, but yo, I'm only 23. I'm still in school.
Same.
You know what I'm saying? And Scott, the same thing with you. You're still in school. We're students. We can't be the dudes to pioneer this, but we can help.
Yeah, I mean, if I had any financial backing, I missed FAFSA, so I'm paying for school out of my pocket. I know, world's side small.
Oh, Scott, you can't do that.
I know, really fucked up. But I mean, if I had any financial backing, yeah, I would gladly fucking just throw something together. I mean, CDN, pioneer, put this shit together. Hype Fest, you know, we had Beyond Gaming, everything came out of pocket. It just took one guy to just say, you know what, fuck it, let's get some shit up and running. And now, you know, it's booming. We just need that spark. I mean, I will come. I will gladly follow anyone who can do it.
Us up on Twitter. You guys hit us up, all right? Let us know of anything that we could help put together. We really do want to do this. We want to bring more events so that you guys could actually come out and play. Well, one of my ideas was, yo, let's invite teams out and let's play for a $5,000 purse at my house. There has to be, I'll supply the food, you know, they could stay here, whatever. We could have 3 teams, 3 of the top teams. But we need the money, the $5,000, and obviously all that shit needs to go. We need to bring these players out.
Yeah.
We need just help. And if you're out there and you're willing to help, and if you guys know somebody that will help, fuck it. Let's do it. Let's try to help Halo out this year.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what we need. Look, so, I mean, Dmaq has a place. The Dmaq house is very, very prestige in all aspects of Halo. It's been that way since the beginning. I've never even fucking been there.
It's awesome. I love my house.
Yeah.
I've been there my whole life. So
yeah, exactly.
Honestly, I'm in the basement right now, bro. And look, this is how I'm about to walk you through the shit. This is how Halo this house is. Hold on, it's about to get really dark right here. This is how Halo this damn house is. Behind me, okay, I have a whole Halo 1 setup ready to go, bro. This is what we do on a daily basis. There's no reason why we shouldn't have events here.
No, there's none. I mean, with the showing in the chat, all right, let's say we have 5 teams come out. Let's say we do top 4 team, or let's say we take Instinct out. We take.
It was only 2 TV.
Yeah. Let's say we take. Hello.
I'm going nowhere, right?
But let's say we take 2 teams. Let's say we take Warriors and Instinct and bring them out to Dmac's house. Then we have, you know, maybe we'll bring Straight Rippin' out. This is all hypothetical. 3 teams. And then we have an open tournament online where, you know, we keep up to date and no one can cheat. And if there's rumors of the cheating that it doesn't happen, then that team flies out. And then, you know, they compete for $5,000 in the weekend. And that's $1,000 each person. Food's paid for. Would you guys watch that or compete in that with the show in the chat? Just type 1 as we wait.
As we wait for you to type 1.
Well, no, as we wait because I'm behind.
Yeah.
Well, 2 people would watch it. Okay, Jesus. Okay, so Dmaq, that would be the initial idea. Now the question is, I said 1, not multiple ones. I'm kidding.
0.
I'm just trolling you. But now the question is where the fuck does this money come from?
That's where that sponsor needs to really. We need to have. You know,
about
maybe
Dr.
if we
Pepper?
could.
What if we buttered DP Rob up and we're like, hey man, by the way, your muscles look really big today. Your Saints played very well.
Yeah, maybe DP Rob, maybe somebody from Red Bull that wants to get involved. I know Sam from Red Bull. He's one of the best dudes ever. You know, maybe he wants to get involved. Maybe somebody from anybody that's partnered with MLG wants to get involved and help run us this little tournament. I think that's perfect. Anybody, just get the words out. And yo, if all else fails, and I hate to take money from the community, but if all else fails, let's get money from the community. I'll put $100 in myself, and I'm broke.
Yeah,
okay?
me too.
I'll put $100 in myself, and I'm broke. Let's get money from the community, and we'll fucking do it.
We can do that. Also, we can't possibly rule out, though. I'll talk to CDN as well and see if there's any way we could work something out with Hype. I believe there's another tournament coming up end of March, beginning of April. There's nothing set in stone yet, but that's hypothetical, of course. Maybe we can go there. But for your house, I mean, that would be, a monthly thing. I think it would be great.
Look, dudes, I'll put up $100 right here. I've only got 50. It's all right if you only got 50.
I got $7.
It's all good. I only have $12 right now. That's all good, man.
I have $4, $7, whatever. Well, that's the plan. I had a dream you came out of retirement and played top 16 at 2012. Jesus. I had to laugh at that. That's the idea. And I think that's a great closing note. Guys, if you have any ideas on this, tweet us. I'm at MLG_Gandhi, and he is at Dmaq1. Let us know. Let us know what you think. I'll send you guys my emails. You can just flood me with shit. Really, I think your house is definitely the way to go, D.
Yeah. Absolutely. And you know what, man? If the community can help make this happen, then we know we have a community.
Yeah.
And that's really, and I'm not just saying that because, you know what, I'm not taking a dime out of this, and I'm going to dedicate 30, 40 hours of straight commentary and hard work to this. So that's not why I'm doing this. But if you guys help put this on, whatever you guys do, then we still have a community. Yeah. If not, then it is what it is.
Hey, took the words out of my mouth. All right, well, that's going to do it for me here. Dmaq, is there anything else you want to say?
No, Scott, I think we had a great show, and the Halo Council is going to start being a little more consistent. Me and Scott are going to start doing this more consistently, for sure.
Absolutely. Winter break, things happen. But nonetheless, we are back, and guys, spread the word. We'll be uploading this to the YouTube and everything like that. So really, just stay tuned. We're iffy on the show this Sunday. If we want to do that, we already kind of did too this week. But
yeah, definitely next Wednesday though.
Next Wednesday, 9:30. 9:30 Eastern. Definitely tune in. But other than that, that's gonna do it for us. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I appreciate everything you guys have done. Just let us know about anything. That's it. Sayonara.
Peace.
Man. Think we can actually pull that off, man?
That'd be dope, man.
Think so? I think it's possible.
So.
I think it's possible. I don't know how we'll get the money. You know what I mean?
Dude, I mean, we went out and we let people know that we need the money. Now, I think the community might fucking help put it up, bro. I really don't know if I can take money from the community, though.